great evening, Lifestyle Legacy Coaches. It's great to have you all here. We're about to get started with our training. Dr. G.W. Parker, great to have you here as one of our training partners tonight. You know, trainings without you, they don't run as effective because we are a team. So every time we come together, we make it better for everyone to learn more about our experience with this incredible platform that I have been able to enjoy working with for the last 3 years. And Dr. G.W. Parker, I believe you mentioned you're going on 8 years. Wow. It's an honor to be here with you tonight. Thank you so much for being here with us, Dr. G.W. Parker.
It's an honor to be here with you, Fernando, to share this stage tonight in the training. Guys, listen, I encourage you before we start, send out those last minute texts, make those last minute phone calls. Let's get at least one more person from your team to participate in this training because we're going to break down this compensation plan tonight and help you really understand what revenue sharing is all about. MWR is doing what no one else in the industry has ever done. And the kind of money that's on the table. I mean, I know I'm preaching to the choir. You see it. But listen, I want you to understand that you can have it. It's yours. All we've got to do is get serious about what we're doing here and increase our production as it relates to the number of people that we put this in front of on a daily basis. And these numbers are going to work in your favor. The law of large numbers, Fernando, they always say that. And we do know one thing about this industry and this business, it's a numbers game, right? So if you knew that by talking to 100 people, 10 people would join your business, let's talk to 100 people, right? Do what we have to do in order to ring the bell to really set yourself free. This is a phenomenal opportunity. And as I said earlier, you're going to see it in this revenue sharing plan today. And Fernando, you, out of all the people that are here tonight, has had a tremendous amount of experience with this, I should say success with this revenue sharing plan within an 8-month period to position yourself to be generating $200 a day, $200 a day, $6,000 a month, $73,000 a year. I mean, in a matter of 8 months, that to me is just phenomenal. I don't know where you can go to have a shot at generating that level of income in that short a period of time.
I'm just following the lead. You know, when we came in from day one, we were so coachable and we still are. And all we did is just plug into the system. You know, you led us in the right direction. We position ourselves, and the compensation plan helped us. You know, because I was one of the many people that were able to achieve great success when we initiated with MWR. So I see that we got folks that are connecting from all across the US. So if you can let us know exactly where you're connecting from, which is Zina Echio from Maryland, Elisa Cabello from New Jersey. Who else? If you can put it in the chat, you know, we'll definitely like to give you a warm welcome because we're live. As a matter of fact, Dr. G.W. Parker, this is being recorded in our Diversify CashFlow YouTube channel. So we got a lot of trainings and a lot of MWR conversations that are recorded. So make sure that you invite folks. And at the end, if we don't see that some of the folks that we wanted for them to show up didn't show up, then we can send them the recording. So how do you feel about this new way of presenting the information now that we have this link and the YouTube channel, Dr. G.W. Parker? Now we have access to definitely provide more support.
But listen, Fernando, it's been phenomenal. The content that we're building over the past few weeks have been incredible. I mean, you're creating a library. And you can go back to that and retrieve that information, use it as a training tool, use it as a presentation tool, because again, we now have a platform where you can go and retrieve those things from the archives. And that's something we've never had before as a team. And thanks to you and Martha for putting that platform together. Guys, we've just created another track for us to run on. I just want you to understand what you have here as it relates to a team of leaders that are committed to your success. I don't know anywhere within MWR, the structure of this business, where you can find that we're presenting or we're actually on air 6 days a week. We're trained, we present, we're doing it all. We're absolutely doing it all. And even after we finish tonight, Fernando, you'll hear from Zena Echio. Who's going to present the opportunity again. If you've got people on the West Coast, that would be the perfect time to plug them in. And then we transition out of this on tomorrow night. Myself, Eric Wildner, one of the best presenters in the business, is going to be on with us, as well as Thursday night. Then you've got Zena and Michelle. What a combination. And then Friday night, our Latino team leads 2 platforms. And then we turn right back around on Saturday morning. We do our reading club. Phenomenal read. We're going to talk about that book tonight. We'll introduce it for the first time on Saturday, and we've got a presentation on Saturday and also training again. So I don't think anyone that joins our team, Fernando, can walk away saying, I don't have enough to work with. I don't have enough tools. I don't have enough training, because we're gonna give you more than enough so that we can guarantee your success.
That's absolutely right. So, Dr. G.W. Parker, we're going to get started with tonight's training. I see Lobby from Tampa, Florida, Randy Christensen from Colorado, Greeley, Colorado. All right. And I also see here our incredible leader, Jameson Rowe, and a Galaxy 7 phone. So, Dr. G.W. Parker, let's get right into it. Let me share the screen here. Let me know when it pops up.
I see it coming,
Do you
sir.
see it now, Dr. G.W. Parker?
Not fully, but there we go. Got it now.
Okay, perfect. Let me put it at full screen.
Okay.
Excellent. All right. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, great evening wherever you are. We are here in California. For us, it's still early. It's I guess what, 5 minutes after 5. So we're going to talk about the revenue sharing plan. And Dr. G.W. Parker, I want to thank you once again. It's an honor to work alongside with you. I've been in this industry for 31 years, but I've never seen anything as amazing as what our MWR platform has to offer in regards to the not only the services, but the revenue sharing plan. So we're going to get right into it, Dr. G.W. Parker, and we're going to talk about what's important to understand from what we do is where we are now. So Dr. G.W. Parker, we both come from a job background, right? I was a plumber working too many hours for too little money. I created some little side hustles to be able to generate additional income. So if you can share with us a little bit about your experience yourself when you worked a job, and then I think you also said you mentioned you were self-employed as well. So you want to get out of the rat race, looking for a way out. So what was your experience having a job and being self-employed?
Listen, there's a huge difference between the two. I mean, as we know, with a job, you're basically trading time for money. Now, I'm grateful for the job that I did have, but job, ladies and gentlemen, just over broke, and it'll keep you there. You'll never be able to really move yourself forward because you're counting on yourself only to generate the income. Let's think about it. If you were, for whatever reason, couldn't go to work tomorrow or for the next 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, what happens to the income? It stopped. If you were to leave that job, what happens to the income? It stopped. Because again, you're doing it all on your own. So I figured out early on that I needed to really position myself to be a business owner. Why? Because I wanted the freedom to be able to generate a level of income where there was no cap, there was no ceiling, that I could actually get other people involved to assist me in building this business and generate even more income. But here's what I found out too, Fernando. Even as a self-employed person, a business owner, this is a tremendous amount of work required. I mean, I basically owned the job, but the job literally owned me.
I mean, that's exactly what it feels like because I used to do side jobs on weekends too, Dr. G.W. Parker, just to kind of, position myself to maybe one day fire my boss, because that was my goal, to be able to walk away from a job. But as you mentioned, I had more responsibility. I needed to bet on the jobs that I was going to do, and sometimes I ended up losing money. Why? Because I wasn't systemized, and I was forcing myself to work too many hours for too little money, buying products, that I needed to put like painting, and I needed to do some plumbing stuff. So I did whatever I could to be able to generate some side income. But I knew one thing. I was 100% responsible of where I was generating. And you know what we call that, Dr. G.W. Parker? Trading time for dollars. So we don't know how many of you are here tonight that are trading time for dollars. And I want you to think about, if you stop working tomorrow, what would happen to your income? Would you continue to generate income if you stop working tomorrow? If the answer is no, well, this is basically what the cash flow quadrant is going to show you: how to get out of the rat race, how to get out of being a self-employee on the left side, and how to start positioning yourself on the right side. And Dr. G.W. Parker, what do we have here? We have the perfect platform that can allow you to eventually walk away from the left side of the quadrant to the right side. Dr. G.W. Parker, you have experienced 8 years in our incredible MWR company, almost now. In August, you're going to be 8 years. Tell us a little bit about the opportunity that you have been positioning yourself with, and what transformation have you seen since you started it when it comes to the revenue sharing plan and everything else the platform has to offer. So what is it that you see from what you saw when you started it?
Well, here's what I figured out early on with the MWR model. I didn't have to do it alone, right? And all I had to do was find some like-minded people, some people that thought the way I thought, that wanted to be free either from a job or from that self-employment that basically you own the job at that point, and to have the time freedom to live the life of their dreams. And once you find enough of those people, you create what they call leverage. And yeah, as you see on the screen here, J. Paul Getty famously said, I'd rather have 1% of 100 people's effort than 100% of my own. It just absolutely makes sense. So the MWR model was an excellent way for me to begin to generate income with the assistance of others that saw what I saw, where because I was willing to help them, I could get paid on their efforts as well. Within 2 years of this very revenue sharing plan, Fernando, I was able to walk away from a $65,000 a year job to do this full time with the help of just a handful of people.
Wow. And Dr. G.W. Parker, here's what I want everybody to think about. What you just said, 2 years, right? So we're talking about 8 years. See, the power of never quitting. You stay engaged, continue to grow your business platform. And yes, you built a team, but as time passes by, your team becomes stronger, it becomes more mature. So we've been here for 3 years. So that means you were here 5 years prior from us joining. Just imagine, like a lot of people, when they try to experience an opportunity of a lifetime and they don't see immediate results, what do? They quit.
Quit.
But see, you sustain the entire process of transformation, growing mindset. And 5 years afterwards, we found each other to work together as team partners. So, what was that when we met? What was your experience? What did you say, man? Didn't it come to your mind if I would have quit, when it was tough, we probably would have never met, Dr. G.W. Parker. Is that true?
Oh, that's very true. And had I quit early, and I had many reasons to quit, and it got tough along the way. But when you showed up, you brought a ton of people with you, and that explosion took my business to a whole new level. Because again, I met someone like you who was like-minded, and you had a team of people that were like-minded, and we all wanted the same things. And we figured out early if we could just jump in and help each other, we could win. Our process allowed me to do that leverage that you bought. It wasn't just my efforts anymore. It was the efforts of you and Alicia and Anna and Wendell and Eric and so many other people. Jameson Rowe is a part of that effort, Fernando, because she didn't come alone. And those people didn't come alone, and they found other people. And that's where we are. And that's how you build a massive income in this industry.
Wow. You guys have heard it. It takes focus, it takes consistent effort for 5 years. Imagine we work for 40 years of our lives or 50 years of our lives to end up with nothing when we are on the left side of the quadrant. So, complementing our incredible revenue sharing plan, which we're going to get into it in a short moment, let's talk a little bit about the investment aspects of it. So, as you join our MWR platform, Dr. G.W. Parker, you saw the revenue sharing plan. But in addition to that, you saw something else, which is investing. So tell us about your experience on not only the revenue sharing plan, but also the investment aspects of what we have here with the MWR.
Well, listen, the revenue sharing plan allowed me to make far more money than I was making working for someone else, so even as a self-employed person. What it did, it freed up cash flow so I could look at maybe funneling some of that money into an investment account. And I took full advantage of what MWR had on the table, starting with the private reserve account. Turns out that private reserve account investment put me in a position to retire in 10 years versus 25 based on my 401k. You see how we speed this thing up? And we were introduced to investment tools that I never had access to before or didn't even know existed. I mean, you talk about the DCA, the private reserve account. Now we're talking precious metals. We're talking land banking. All of those opportunities will give you the chance to generate more income based on your money. So the goal always has to be, guys, and we got to figure this thing out. You got to find a job for your money. Why is that so important? Because we know that money's going to outwork you and me. While we're sleep, money's working. I think it was Warren Buffett, Fernando, who said, if you don't find a way to generate income while you're sleeping, then you're going to be forced to work until you die. Guys, that is the hard truth. We are all experiencing it. And if we don't find a way very soon, that's where we're going to end up.
I totally agree, Dr. G.W. Parker. That's why it's important that you position yourself now, not only with a compensation plan, but once you start to generate income, you have access to putting that money aside. So wherever you can get it from, if it's from our membership, if it's not from the compensation plan, you can access investing your dollars. That is why, Dr. G.W. Parker, we have a complete platform that allows us to really understand what the cash flow quadrant has to offer. That's why we need to come back Saturday, because we're going to start reading the book Cash Flow Quadrant, and you're going to start connecting all the dots of our MWR platform, which is in alignment with what the cash flow quadrant has to offer. So Dr. G.W. Parker, I'm thinking that we are having, let me just tap screen sharing, because it's saying preparing live stream. I don't know if we got disconnected. No, it looks like we are. So let me bring this right back.
We're
We want to
good.
make sure that this is recorded. Okay, Dr. G.W. Parker?
Yes, sir.
All right. All right, let's get right back into it. Hey, we're live. As a matter of fact, this is a live event. So we're having a good time here. All right, let's move on. Is it sharing now?
Yes, sir, it is. I see you.
Perfect. All right. So Dr. G.W. Parker, going back to our mindset, because everything looks good on paper, but at the end of the day, you mentioned something very important. You say you went through a lot, the compensation, the revenue sharing plan, what the membership was doing for you, it perfected the tools. But through the process, there had to be a transformation to sustain the difficulties of thinking like an employee to become an entrepreneur. So an employee mindset, an entrepreneur. What do employees do, Dr. G.W. Parker? We follow the rules, right? If we don't show up on time, we get fired.
Right.
If we take longer breaks, we get fired. We need to ask for permission to go to the bathroom, to go grab a bite to eat, or maybe lie a little bit about our kids being sick. We want to take a day off. I mean, I did all those things, didn't you, Dr. G.W. Parker?
Every one of those things, my friend. Every one.
Yeah. So the thing about it, when I went full time back in June of 1995, I was still, I was debating from, can I make it or can I not? Because changing an employee mindset to an entrepreneur will require that you now stand for yourself, take full responsibility of the decision that you have made as an entrepreneur, that you're not going to quit. See, it's easy to quit when things get tough. What you need to understand is when things get tough as an entrepreneur, it's an opportunity knocking on your door to be able to prepare yourself mentally and emotionally that difficulty will become an opportunity. So we follow the rules right here as entrepreneurs, Dr. G.W. Parker. We make our own rules. I mean, how does it feel, Dr. G.W. Parker, being in MWR for 8 years, making your own rules?
Fernando, it's the greatest feeling in the world because I dictate the terms myself. I mean, I'm in total control of my life as a result of this opportunity. And that's the sort of freedom that we all seek. But again, we've got to position ourselves to do it, because if you look at the left side here as it relates to the employee versus the entrepreneur, I mean, basically, guys that are on the platform, you choose which life do you think feels better. I mean, look at where we are, all the downsides, right? Where spending is a cost, short-term expectations, waiting for instructions, giving up easily, seek eternal forces for strength and inspiration, find comfort and stability, wait for the right time. All of that is what you're kind of contemplating as an employee. But when you get on the other side, there's a sense of freedom that comes with you doing it for yourself.
Exactly. So, Dr. G.W. Parker, I like the way you elaborated on the left side, and I can kind of relate. I'm not I can kind of relate. I experienced the entire process on the left side, but one thing I was taught early in the industry, Dr. G.W. Parker, I always have been extremely coachable. You know why? Because I don't know why, but maybe it might be ignorance for a lot of people, you might think, but for me, it was the truth. When I heard my mentors, when I started in this industry, I was set up for the left side, didn't know any better because I didn't know what to do to position myself on the right side. So my mentor told me, stick to the plan for 5 years, bring guests every Tuesday to our office, and come back Saturday, train yourself, and make sure they come back with you. If you do that for 5 years, he told me, you're guaranteeing yourself success and a six-figure income. Maybe I was probably being ignorant because I was laughed at when I committed to the plan. But guess what? People were laughing at me when I was working a full-time job because I exposed everything to my peers, exposed everything to the people that live there, that building. So they saw me weird, like, you're weird, you're acting weird, you're acting different, you're reading all these books, you're separating yourself from the crowd, and they started to make fun of me. So that kind of pressured me to really think about moving out of that job. And it took me 16 months, Dr. G.W. Parker, to believe in myself because I was being mentored. I was reading the right kind of books. I was coachable, showing up every Tuesday, making my commitment to bring at least one or two guests. It didn't happen most times, but I knew that one day it was going to start to happen. And in as little as 5 years, Dr. G.W. Parker, from schooling, from mentors and leaders, I was able to position myself on the right side as an entrepreneur, making my own rules. I became a risk taker. I was investing my time instead of spending it. I was thinking long term, thinking for myself, persistent and determined. I became very determined, and I started to position from the back of the room to the middle until I was in front of the room. Once I was in front of the room, Dr. G.W. Parker, I became a trainer. Why? Because I had transformed my life from being a broke plumber, working too many hours for too little money, sharing my story, being on the top 3 producers in the leaders board that the company had, sales and recruiting. And I made my 6-figure income in 1999. I remember the month. It was the month of December. They gave me a ring and they gave me a plaque. And it felt so good because that gave me the opportunity to be able to experience opening up my own office and having the same experience my mentor had. And I said, it's true. It worked. But that's just the way it is, Dr. G. Parker. What is your perspective on this?
Well, look, Fernando, what you were attempting to achieve is something that very few people have the courage to do. And same for me, and same for many people on this platform. When you talk about people laughing at you because you're a dreamer, you're an entrepreneur, you want to dictate the terms and control your own life, people will laugh at that. Why? Because for the most part, what are we taught to do? 40 hours a week for 40 years, and then they expect you to live off 40% of the income that you were earning when you were working full-time. We know that most people couldn't make it off 100% of the income, much less 40. So again, that level of comfort that they get working for that job, trading time for money, and committing their entire adult life, the most productive years that they've got are given towards someone else's dream. And you and I are the kind of people that believe in our own dreams, and we're willing to take the risk. We're willing to make the commitment. We're willing to do whatever we have to do to get on the other side of this thing. The other side is freedom, guys, where you dictate the terms, where you control your own life. And there's a huge difference. There is a huge difference, no question about it. So think it not strange that people laugh and they talk about you and they don't see what you see. The vision is not theirs, it's yours. So I say keep pushing forward, keep driving. I'm sure there were plenty of opportunities for you to quit along the way, but you stayed with it. You were consistent. You stuck to the plan. And look at where you are today, my friend.
Dr. G.W. Parker, I believe right now everyone that is here should be very grateful because of our industry that has changed so much. I used to drive 60,000 miles per year. Wow. I didn't have a cell phone. I was using public phones, Thomas guides to be able to do this business and still generated a 6-figure income in as little as 5 years of committing to the plan. Nowadays, Dr. G.W. Parker, we have a tremendous platform. You don't need to get licensed. You don't need to become the expert. All you got to do is just follow the system, and you can build it in your local area, or you can build it through the social media space. Anywhere you have access to now, you can build it. And people are able to see how simple it is now to be able to make money. Why? Because you're using all avenues to generate income, and now you got all the tools and all the resources. So Dr. G.W. Parker, we're going to get right into how everything starts. This is our next page. Build your business with a system. I mean, Dr. G.W. Parker, look at these companies that started in a garage. Apple, Google, Amazon, Harley, Disney, and Mattel. Now, who do we have here on the right, Dr. G.W. Parker? The CEO of Amazon. Look at him when he was working around the clock out of his garage. Where he's at now, he's what, the number 2 or number 3 billionaire in the world?
Absolutely.
And he was just an average guy. He was laughed at too. When he wanted to build Amazon, he started with books. Everybody made fun of him. But guess what he do? He stuck to the plan and he made the decision that he was going to stick to it long term. Any words on this, Dr. G.W. Parker? This kind of reminds me of how maybe MWR even started it with Mr. Brian House.
Oh, absolutely. But the Jeff Bezos story is an amazing story as it relates to Amazon. As you mentioned earlier, he started basically just wanting to sell books online. But look at what you can get from Amazon online today. Anything that you can imagine. It's the most phenomenal business success story that I've ever heard. But these other companies, same thing. I mean, look at where these guys started. And can you imagine when they started talking about, Apple and even Google and all these other companies, people laughed at those guys as well. They thought it was, Disney, theme parks around the world or around the country. Who does that? Hardly. I mean, building a motorcycle, made here in this country. People did not believe in these things. I'm sure those guys got a lot of pushback, but they stayed the course. They pushed through, and look, these are all multi-billion-dollar year companies as we speak.
Wow. So I want everyone to think the way they were thinking, because that's the way we think. Think about that. The good thing about what we have, Dr. G.W. Parker, is we have systems already in place. A communication with people that is so simple. It's duplicatable. We don't have to learn like these sophisticated scripts. Let me go back here and think we got to learn something so huge, like someone that is an actor in the acting business or someone that is a singer. You got to memorize all these scripts, and it's complicated just to see what they have to go through, but they still make it. Simple, basic scripts that duplicate. And we have this duplicating script that you can use with anyone. You can use it with your family. You can use it with referrals. You can use it with strangers. This simple script duplicates. And that's what we're trying to convey, that we have something so simple. You don't even have to get licensed, and all you got to do basically is refer. So Dr. G.W. Parker, if there was a way, anybody can learn the word if there was a way and repeat that and verbatim. If there was a way, you can put whatever you want between those words. Would you? If there was a way, would you? If there was a way, now let's practice the script here, where you can learn how to make more money, how to keep more money, how to have your money work for you. Can we ask that question? I mean, what would you say to that, Dr. G.W. Parker? If I ask you that question, whether you're a family member or a stranger, I ask you that question, what would your response be?
It would be yes to every one of those questions. I mean, you think about it, guys, when you talk about training tools that MWR has created for our success, these are tried, tested, and proven. All right. There's a lot of research and development that goes into this stuff. These guys just don't throw things out there, but these questions have been asked millions of times, and they know what the numbers are going to be. They know what the results are going to be, and they know, and they figured out through this testing of these scripts. They know what people are going to say. We already know what the answer is going to be. The tough job, Fernando, is us being willing to ask the question, right? Because you think about it. If you ask this question to anyone that you know, we know the results are going to be there. I mean, who doesn't want to make more money? Who doesn't want to keep more of their money? Who doesn't want their money working for them? It works.
It sure does. So just think about how simple this is, and you can ask this question all day long. Now, after the question is asked, the response is not your responsibility anymore. Whether they respond, I'm interested, I'd like to know more about it, or maybe not, let me think about it, or maybe they just decide not to have a conversation with you. No one's gonna bite you. No one's gonna, do anything horrible because they're not, being responsive the way you expect them to. You just gotta don't put the emotions in what they're gonna respond. You continue to create the activity of asking this question. If you get into the habit of asking this question anywhere between 2 to 5 times per day for 5 years, I mean, consistently, I can guarantee you can build a business that can give you walk-away income. It's only a 3 to 5 year race to get to these positions by only asking simple questions. Because right after this, if they say yes, what do? We move on to the tools, a peak interest video. Now you're pre-qualifying the prospect, and if they watch the peak interest video, whether they do it or not, that's out of the question. You just got to do your assignment without putting any emotions in the responses. When you're able to control that, as we go back to the previous page of the training here, you're going to start to think about, am I thinking like an employee if you're feeling affected by it, or am I thinking like an entrepreneur? I remember I was taught to talk to more people, to triple my efforts, to do more of the activities that will eventually lead to the results that I want to attract. All right. So Dr. G.W. Parker, any more words at this slide?
Hey, as you say, we know it's a numbers game. So you've got to be willing to put it in front of as many people as possible. And then you let the tools do the work for you. I love the fact that if you get a positive response, then you have a peak interest video that you can forward to them or invite them to an event. So you've got the tools already in place to assist you. Think about it. We talk about guaranteeing your success in MWR. We're going to give you a script, the actual words that you need to say. You don't have to make this up or create it on your own. And not only that, you're going to be given the tools to back up that script so that you've got something to work with. This is phenomenal, guys. This is incredible training, and these tools really work in a major way.
Now, Dr. G.W. Parker, now that our mindset is where it needs to be, now definitely we're going to start to see all the benefits, because you can have the greatest compensation plan, you can have the greatest opportunity, in your hands, but if your mindset and your emotions are not congruently moving forward with being an entrepreneur, it's not going to make any sense. So, Dr. G.W. Parker, break this down for us. This 13 reasons why MWR.
13 exciting reasons, guys. Think about it. Own a business that can
Yes.
pay for itself. I mean, and look, Fernando, here's the beautiful part about it. The work that we do now is not in vain. Why? Because what you're building right now is willable. You could sell your MWR business if you care to. It's transferable. So now we talk about leaving inheritance for our children's children. This income that you're building can be transferred to your children. It can be willed to your children. I mean, there's so many opportunities tied to what we do here. And that's just one of the many benefits. But here's the second one: to be your own boss. Guys, it is honestly the greatest feeling in the world if you've never done it. To have control of your own destiny, to dictate the terms of yourself, to wake up when you're done sleeping, and I mean all the cards are in your hand, and it is an exciting thing to experience, and I want all of you to experience that may have not already experienced that. But think about the fact now, number three, we control our time and income. No cap on our earnings, no limit, no ceiling. Make as much money as you desire to make. We can work from anywhere. That's a huge advantage. I mean, it's amazing that we have, I mean, we can operate in 50 states in the United States, but if for whatever reason, if I was abroad at this point outside of the United States, I still have the ability to work and grow my MWR business. Now, as a business owner, you know the tax advantages are basically created to benefit the business owner. So major tax advantages: you're going to pay less in taxes than you would as an individual. It's going to allow you to stay ahead of inflation. You don't care what the gas prices are. You don't care what the food cost is at this point, because there's no limit to your income. See, with that job, there's going to be a cap. There's only going to be so much that you're going to make. There's only going to be so much of a bump that you'll get with an annual raise. And those are peanuts compared to you being able to dictate the terms yourself by owning your own business. You can accelerate your debt elimination. The more income you begin to generate, you begin throwing that at the principal balance of that debt. You eliminate that debt quickly. You can, accelerate investment accounts, retirement accounts. All of those things work to your advantage. And then here's the thing that really drives the MWR revenue sharing plan: the ability, Fernando Ramirez, to get paid every single day. Guys, I want to show you what it looks like: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Who does that? Nobody but MWR. And immediate income, meaning you can join MWR right now. You could approach someone with this concept, they could plug in, and Fernando, you get paid right now. You'll be able to go to your back office. It triggers the income for you. You've got access to it immediately. That is the most amazing thing I've ever seen. This thing was built for speed. And I asked the CEO and Brian House, what was the whole idea about this whole daily guarantee and this immediate income? And his response to me was, well, Gerald, people have right now bills, so they need right now money. And it just makes sense to me. And then not to talk about residual income, meaning you go out and commit yourself to do the work right one time and continue to get paid on it over and over and over and over again. And 13, the final one: leverage, guys. You don't have to do this by yourself. You find a group of like-minded individuals that see what you see, and they jump on this bandwagon with you. You could set the world on fire. And Fernando, what I love about what we're doing, you don't need a lot of people to do it.
Exactly. Why? Because again, they want a quick rate of return on the effort that they put in, and they put an average effort with an incredible compensation plan and an incredible platform that allows us to generate tremendous amounts of income. But we have to be mentally and emotionally prepared. Why? Because you have to learn to grow your skills. You have to endure the process to be able to see the benefits of what we have here. And MWR definitely, it's a powerhouse when it comes to owning your own business and having services that can allow you to enjoy great walkaway income. So this is pretty much the cash flow quadrant, Dr. GW Parker.
That's
Isn't
it,
it?
my friend. You're absolutely right.
All right, so Dr. GW Parker, please elaborate on this right here, which is basically when we start, what is the first thing that we must learn to do?
Well, one, you've got to join the business. Partner with MWR, which happens to be the fastest growing financial strategies company in the United States. That you joining that business puts you in a position where you're basically in a multi-trillion-dollar year industry, which is financial services. So the business is money. And who doesn't need more? Who doesn't want more? Who doesn't struggle with it? I mean, you bring the answers to the table. So you enroll as a marketing director or an LLC, all right? And with your own membership to begin to access those services yourself. And then also you need to enroll one outside customer, right? Why is that so important? Because now you lock in the daily guarantee. The outside customer is required for compliance reasons. You've got to have that in place, but this will make you an active and qualified MWR QMD, qualified marketing director. Completing the above qualifications makes you a qualified marketing director, eligible to start earning sponsored bonuses immediately. Day one, my friend, you just got started today. You have the ability to start generating income today.
Wow. Now let's talk about walking away from the 149.97 membership. What is it that we need to do? Simple. We got to enroll 3 customers. Remember, it was 1 on the previous page. Now you got to add 2 more customers, and you have free, not free services, but a free membership that allows you access to all the experts. A free membership. Imagine, Dr. G.W. Parker, if, like me, for instance, I've been a member of the LA Fitness Gym, and it has already changed 3 names. I've been paying for this membership since 1988, $21 a month since 1988. But guess what? They're trainers there. They got all the tools and all the equipment there. So I've been going there for so long, and I have referred a ton of people, not 3, a ton of people in all this time, and I need to make a good use of my membership. Well, my wife is also a team partner of mine, so we both go together to work out. We pay $30 for hers. So a combination of 2 memberships, and we have referred folks, and guess what? We don't make a dime. Right here, you refer 3, and you don't pay for yours anymore. How's that?
Hey, listen, it's amazing. I mean, honestly, it puts you in a position where you're winning day one, right? Refer 3 people. MWR waives your cost of membership, so you get full access to all of these experts for $0, guys. You think about it. I mean, honestly, you're cash positive. Day one, bring those 3 people with you. Avoid paying the 120 because think about the 149. Let's just say that that's your cost of operating the business, right? And giving you access to these experts. So you can eliminate that cost quite quickly just by referring 3 people to the platform that become members also.
Wow. Now check this out. Now let's talk about putting money back in your pocket. So how do we get, I mean, you already made money here, $150 for referring 3 customers, plus you don't pay your monthly membership. Now let's talk about building a business. So Dr. G.W. Parker, now that I got my services for free, not my services, my membership for free with the licensed experts within the membership, what do I need to do now? I need to position myself with 3 other like-minded people. Think about what I just said. 3 other like-minded people. And the best way to be able to know who are the like-minded people is they show up to trainings. So now we can talk about someone that shows up to trainings, not 3 enrollments. So in order for us to be able to find 3 that show up to trainings, we might have to enroll maybe 6, maybe 9, maybe 12, maybe 15. Again, don't put feelings, don't put emotions. Do your assignment every single day. Every single day. We already have the platform set up, a company with a tremendous background. We have trainings every week. We have conversations every week. We got to start packing the place to see who really wants to be a part of this incredible revenue sharing plan. So Dr. G.W. Parker, elaborate a little bit on this compensation plan. What are the benefits of it?
It's phenomenal. Again, we talk about the ability to self-fund. Look at what the income that you have the potential to generate. It talks about needing that one outside customer. You got to qualify with two. You count as one yourself. But look at what you've done. $200 in customer and QMD sponsor bonuses. And now you've done that within the first 30 days. So MWR pays you an additional $150 in momentum bonus. And then you've just set yourself up to begin to generate $150 a month in residual income. So, I mean, think about it. This thing, you've got your investment back, your initial investment, $249.97, you paid that back. Not only that, within the first 30 days, you're cash positive. The business is self-funded. You've got no more out-of-pocket expense. Now, Fernando, we grow.
Right. And this is where the growth begins. Now, Dr. G.W. Parker, as I was talking about, sometimes it might not be the first three. It might be the second set of three, the third set of three, but this is what the company allows you to do. And this is why I love what we have, Dr. G.W. Parker. And when the company changed this, because they didn't have it before, now you don't have to rely on the people that are not ready to jump the business with you, like full force, committed. You can actually build 12 memberships yourself.
Yes.
And still get promoted. Dr. G.W. Parker, when Mr. Brian House said that, you mean to tell me, Dr. G.W. Parker, I don't have to wait on the people in order for me to liquidate my bonuses, to liquidate this and liquidate that? And you said, no, you can do it yourself until you find the people that see exactly what you see. So Dr. G.W. Parker, I'm telling you, since we started in this business, the compensation plan has changed so much. Anybody that doesn't see it now, I don't know if they would have been able to see it maybe when you even started, Dr. G.W. Parker, because right now, like, we're spoiled with this compensation plan.
Yeah. No, none of this was on the table when I started, Fernando. Not the ability to generate this level of income. Think about it. From $5 a day to as much as $15,000 a day, 3 people get you started and generating positive cash flow. 12 people on your team. And as you say, you don't even have to find those 3 to get 3. You can go get the 12 yourself and start generating $20 a day, $600 a month in passive residual income. And guys, once you lock in this daily guarantee, this is only the beginning. But this revenue sharing plan, the payout up to $15,000. Fernando, I call this my fixed income chart. Why do I call it that? Because I believe with everything in me that I can fix my income to be whatever I desire it to be. All I've got to do is find some like-minded people that see it, and you can run to the hills with this thing. I mean, there's no limit on what you can earn. Yeah, as you see, maxing out at $15,000 a day, guys, that's $450,000 a month. That's well over $5 million a year. And I'll ask this question to our group, Fernando. When you start generating that level of income, tell me what changes in your life. I'll answer the question for you. Everything. The car you drive, the house you live in, the clothes you wear, where you send your kids to school. You want freedom? You got a chance to get it with this one.
Most definitely. And again, going back to this, Dr. G.W. Parker, as you stated, the compensation plan, I mean, it's so amazing. Everything changes when you make more money. You're right, zip code. Now, look, this is the other way to build it, right? You might find maybe, people that bring 2, others that bring 4, 3, 2, 1. But the thing about what we have here is, let me go back over here real quick. We're almost done. I want you to start thinking about what is it that the compensation plan has. I want you to think about, sometimes you're going to have 3 teams that you're building. And since you're able to leverage your efforts on the smallest teams, because the calculator now calculates the people that you bring, you got to have 12, 12, 12 for 36. And if we go all the way down on the compensation plan, 11,000, 11,000, 11,000. Now, don't forget this. You don't have to rely on the people to build it strong. You do it yourself, and the company has a calculator that automatically starts to position in your smallest team the people that you're personally bringing. So when I understood that too, Dr. G.W. Parker, I got excited about it. I said, man, now I have a way to really grow where I don't have to position people if I don't want to. Obviously, there's a way that the company allows you to, put some people, and the people that are, putting the effort, but they're not really having the results. So you can start placing some of the folks to be able to start creating the leverage on those 3 teams that you're building. Because at the end of the day, 3 teams is all you need. Okay, but if you really want what Mr. Adamo Tolson says, have 7 to 10 teams. Okay, just to have extras, because you never know what might happen. So if you have 7 to 10 teams, 3 is what the company compensation plan allows us to build. If you have 7 to 10, you're guaranteeing yourself success. You know why? Because if one team quits, you still have extra teams to be able to leverage on the $15,000 per day in income. Okay. So Dr. G.W. Parker, now let's talk about other income that has just been added, which is 360, fundable 360 with MWR.
Well, listen, Fernando, here's the amazing part about this new addition, this additional piece that we bring to the table. One, it's going to help a tremendous amount of business owners across the country out who are strapped for cash right now, who have maxed out their personal credit, can't go to the bank to borrow any more money to keep their business going. Now we have the ability to avoid using personal credit, no personal guarantee. This is all based on your business rating as it relates to Dun and Bradstreet. They're going to help you build the business credit to position you to access a minimum of $50,000 first go around. So this is phenomenal. But here's the other thing that excites me. We are now going to have the ability to generate another stream of income. So this is actually a business within our MWR business. I think currently the compensation plan or the revenue sharing plan, when you add it all up, Fernando, last count, I think we were getting paid about 9 different ways. Now this makes 10 different ways that we get paid from one compensation plan. It's unheard of.
Most definitely. So this is the compensation plan the company has. Just think about what the membership pays out. This is in addition to the membership. And this is another way, Dr. G.W. Parker, for us to incentivize any small business owner, how they can actually leverage from an opportunity of having a $50,000 guaranteed to qualify for, for whatever reason they need to use it for their business. But now we can always go back and say, listen, if you're happily involved with our service, would you like to get paid on referring other folks? I can guarantee you, Dr. G.W. Parker, if they get funded, and they will get funded, they're going to start to talk about this to other business owners. So now they can actually refer other folks, and now we can convert them from just being a business funding client to now becoming an MWR, director or lifestyle legacy coach, and show them a way to generate income in addition to what they're already generating. Why? Because they have already had the results, and they're already referring the program.
Well, look, here's the other thing too, Fernando. Not only we're going to make money on introducing a business owner to the concept of Fundable 360, but we're going to actually get paid. We talk about leverage, right? So you've got other people on your team that are doing the exact same thing. You have the ability to get a 25% check match on everyone that you personally sponsor that introduces MWR Fundable 360 to a business owner. Not only that, here's the insane thing that Brian House and Adamo Tolson have done. Look at where we are as far as legacy bonuses. Anywhere between $30 to as much as $150, depending on what your rank is. But you're also going to be picking up these legacy bonuses along the way as these new people join MWR for the purpose of business funding.
Dr. G.W. Parker, when I see $15,000 a day on the membership, and now we're adding this other income stream, hey, worst comes to worst, you're making $15,000 a day, and this income stream added to it is paying you another $1,000 a day. Worst comes to worst, we're talking about $16,000. Why? Because you got so much momentum. Everything is being promoted. It's like a magical business, a money machine that is generating from all angles and all areas. And as a matter of fact, this week, Dr. G.W. Parker, I'm a witness that this compensation plan pays. I saw the day that we normally get paid, our residual income, plus the other, ways to generate money, an additional $800. And I asked myself, what is this $800 all about? Business funding, Dr. G.W. Parker.
It's exciting, man. It really exciting. I was fortunate enough to pick up some additional income as well from the business funding component. And guys, that was like brand new money. And Fernando, here's what's so exciting. The effort. There was not much more effort than I had been putting in anyway. It was just a matter of approaching people with the concept, but that extra effort paid me big time.
Definitely. If we got paid, you definitely got paid, Dr. G.W. Parker.
Thank you, my friend. Right, that's leverage. That's leverage.
Exactly. So Dr. G.W. Parker, break this down for us, because I know that we're strapped in time a little bit. But hey, Give us a fire emoji if you're learning a lot today, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, what Dr. G.W. Parker has in store for us. I mean, I wish I could be taking notes, but I'm training with you. I'm learning so much, from your experience and your conversation, Dr. G.W. Parker. But it's fun. It's fun to train with you. There you go. We got fire emojis there. That's what I'm talking about. Elisa, Jameson. So, Dr. G.W. Parker, talk to us a little bit about the momentum bonus.
Yeah, listen, we don't want to leave any money on the table. And we've got some people on this platform who have actually experienced this. Zena Edgehill being one of them. She went after it. Guys, they give us 90 days to complete this cycle with these three different tiers of momentum bonus: 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. Now, here's the best part about it. MWR does not require that we take the full 90 days. People are doing this in 5 days, 10 days, 20 days. Your first 30 days in, three business partners net you an additional $150 over and above what you were going to make by bringing those people in. So that's $150. So they match that for you. But you get in the trenches and help those three do the exact same thing. You want those people to capture their bonuses as well because you put in the effort to assist them. Look at what happens. $450 pays out to you. All right, in the way of a momentum bonus. Then we hit the third tier of the momentum bonus. We're in that 90-day cycle now. You've got the 12 people on your team. You help them get their three. You got a total of 36. MWR rewards you again with another $900, guys. And again, you don't have to take the full 90 days. This money pays out immediately. As soon as these bonuses are earned, they're paid. And that's the beauty of it. But what I like about this, going after this $1,500, Fernando, that's on the table, and you think about where we started, a total investment of $249.97, and here we are 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. We've got $1,500 in momentum bonus. But when the smoke clears and the dust settles, because you've done this, you are now a 3-star executive director with 36 people on your team. You've just opened up the door to another guaranteed income of $1,500 a month. That's $50 a day, guys.
Wow. Dr. G.W. Parker, I mean, see, I think the more we're able to understand the revenue sharing plan, the money is not really unlocked, but at least they give you incentives to get to 36 memberships, as you just talked about. When we take it back to $20 a day, which is 12 memberships, the company says, listen, we're going to prepare you for the big money. If you think right now this is starting to look good, when you got 12 people on your team that are well trained, keep this in mind, well trained and that are committed and that show up. Other than that, we have to do the work ourselves. You can easily go out there and find 6 people to be able to get to 36 memberships, 6 people. So if the company has already paid you the $450 plus the $150 of the momentum bonus, in addition to now a $600 a month in residual income, they're going to pay you an additional $300 of lifestyle bonuses. Dr. G.W. Parker, this compensation plan didn't exist when we started it, but now everyone that signs up is more spoiled than we were. We thought we were spoiled back then, but right now this is amazing to know that if we enroll 6 people in 1 week, 6 other lifestyle legacy coaches as a team, you're able to generate an additional $300.
But look, here's the thing that blows my mind about this, Fernando. Those 6 people that you need to qualify for that additional $300 don't have to be people that you personally sponsored. This is based on team growth as well. Now, if you've got 6 that you can put in, you're still going to get the payout. But I'm saying if I've got 2 people that did 1 and somebody else that did 3, whatever the number is, 6 at the end of the week, the clock starts to tick on Monday morning. It ends at midnight Sunday at the end of the week. The following Monday, a $300 payout goes to you, and no limit on the number of times that you can qualify for that. So once you start getting this momentum, you think about adding another $300 a week over and above all the other money that we've talked about. Hey, listen, guys, I'm convinced, honestly, Brian House and Adamo Tosin, they've lost their minds. They want to give all the money away. But you've heard those guys talk about being the only company in the history that has produced more millionaires than anyone else in this industry. These guys are for real about this. Look at this money that's on the table.
Amazing. It's amazing. That's why, guys, we need to be mentally and emotionally trained so we can just continue to do the daily activities and let the results show up by themselves. Keep doing your daily activities, working your list. 80% of your business is always working your list of contacts to be able to elaborate this incredible compensation plan and not take no personal. Keep working your list, keep doing your daily assignments, keep prospecting, keep growing your list, and this will begin to happen. So this is pretty much what a 36 membership look like. in regards to, now unlocking the entire compensation plan, Dr. GW Parker, because at this point in time, now we're able to generate additional bonuses, right, on top of what we were talking about, which is a 2-star executive director. So break this down for us real quick here, Dr. GW Parker.
Well, you said it. The key word. You just unlocked all of the money by hitting this 3-star executive director position. That's 36 people on your team. I mean, customer bonuses are at play, sponsor bonuses at play, momentum bonuses are at play, the lifestyle bonuses are at play. Look at the total bonuses earned, $2,300. Guys, once again, what did we invest? $249.97. But again, the smoke is cleared, the dust is settled. Look at what you start doing the following day. If we completed this cycle, Fernando, on Monday, Tuesday, 5 o'clock, you earn $50, and you continue to earn that every single day. That's $1,500 a month. Guys, you do the math. That's $18,250 annually through this process with 36 people. I dare you to compare this revenue sharing plan to any other in the industry. Nobody can touch what we're doing in the way of payout and the ability to earn this generate this level of income in such a short period of time.
Most definitely. And again, ladies and gentlemen, this is why we focus on the distribution hub. The distribution hub is what we need to give life to. So when people are able to see it, and your prospect is able to see it, they're going to see that within the growing platform, there's services that they could use. If they need credit restoration services, if they need to get out of debt, they need to use, precious metals, anything that is in there, they can choose to take whatever they want. But this revenue sharing plan, Dr. G.W. Parker, is looking at it like McDonald's. McDonald's doesn't really focus on the individual burgers they sell. They focus on the distribution hub. And when you become a 3-star executive director, now you have a distribution hub, which is a model business that is compensating you the full compensation plan. So that's what we need to unlock the money by having 36 members in our team to be able to grow our compensation plan. So Dr. G.W. Parker, I know the clock is ticking. What is your perspective? Because I know we got a conversation with Zena.
Yeah, we've got an event coming up, but guys, listen, show me the money. And that should be what we leave here with today. That's our theme. Show me the money. Look at that. Again, you're talking about more money on the table. Once you hit 3-star, as Fernando has said, you've just unlocked all of the money. So now you're in a position to earn $30 to as much as $150 on top of all the other money for everybody that joins your organization, whether you sponsored them or not. But here's the crazy part, Fernando. Even if I sponsored the person, I'm going to pick up that bonus as well. And then say those people go out and sponsor 10, wherever I am on this chart, whether I'm an executive director, a 3-star executive, or a 5-star executive director, or a 2-star regional. Look at what you're doing. You're picking up this additional income as your organization grows, guys. As a 2-star regional, every time someone joins my organization, there's an additional $70 paid out. No limit to the number of people, no limit to the number of levels. It could be level number 862 3 years from now, and you're still getting paid, guys. This is phenomenal. I mean, it is truly amazing what these guys have put on the table with our ability to generate income. Now, here's what I like too, the ability to split the legacy bonuses. So the money's going to pay out. Anyway, as a regional director, the payout would be $60 in the way of legacy bonus, right? But here's the thing. I mean, you take $30 away from that, because your person has already qualified as a 3-star director and you want to encourage them to get there. So they're making $30 in addition to their signing bonus. But look, the money still pays out. There's $60 in that queue that pays out. So who picks up the other 30? You do. That's insane. For what work did you do? I mean, honestly, and many of these people you'll never know, you'll never have a chance to meet. They're in all parts of the country. Guys, this is real. There's a lot of money on the table here.
Most definitely, Dr. G.W. Parker. And this is when we begin to see leverage in a big way, because the objective of our platform, ladies and gentlemen, is to be able to promote 3-star executive directors. So when you work with someone that is committed as you are, your goal is to help them become 3-star executive director. And how do we do that? Simple stuff. Work the list of contacts. Make sure you partner up with your team leader and say, listen, I want to be able to work my list of contacts. What do I need to do to make a call? What do I need to do to introduce the tools? Run with it. Launch your business right away, because you can become a 3-star executive director in as little as a week, 2 weeks, a month. But the compensation plan allows you to do it in 90 days. But why hold for 90 days? Make it happen in as little as a week or 2. So you can break records and set the standards. So when you have a story to share, you can say, listen, it took me this amount of time to get it. All right. And that's the objective of the compensation plan. That's why it's called the momentum bonus to get to a 3-star.
Wow.
All right. So Dr. G.W. Parker, let's talk a little bit about when you become a 3-star executive director. And again, it's duplication, ladies and gentlemen. When we duplicate ourselves, the goal is to be able to see if we can, and we can focus ourselves and our team by staying committed to the process of a 3 to 5 year game plan to bring anywhere between 2 new lifestyle legacy coaches all the way up to 10. Look at what the company pays out on the legacy bonuses. If you're bringing 2, it's going to pay you an additional $60 per day on top of your $50 residual income, Dr. G.W. Parker. So we're talking about an additional $1,800 a month on top of the $1,500 residual income. And also, we're talking about the other lifestyle bonus, right, which is $300 per week. I mean, anybody here could be generating on this level anywhere between $3,000 to $5,000 a month. And also from that, coming from residual income. Dr. G.W. Parker.
It's amazing, Fernando. And I want the people that are with us tonight to understand this. Every one of you are here tonight are committed to this process. You love MWR just like Fernando and I do. You've had success, not to the level maybe that you want to, but I say to you, go find you 5 like-minded individuals, people that see exactly what you're seeing now, people that will see this and think exactly what you're thinking right now. And you have those people commit to this process with you for the next 90 days. And I promise you, you'll ring the bell on this thing. You'll create a 6-figure residual income, and it's not going to take you 2 years to do it. It won't take you a year to do it. You can do this in a very short period of time, but you've just got to find those like-minded individuals that see what you see. Fernando, again, there's so much money on the table, it makes your head spin. It's ridiculous what we have the ability to earn.
Dr. G.W. Parker, I do thank you so much for persisting, because when we came from our practice company, we were looking for a mentor and a leader like you. But see, we became friends after you doing MWR for 5 years, making money. You were already making money. You were running, the business the way you were running your business. But when we came in and joined forces, which was 3 years ago, you were already 5 years in the game. Like-minded individuals are like treasure. You don't find them in every corner. But when you do find them, you recognize them right away. You know why? Because you're paying a price. You're fully committed. So when you find a person that identifies the leadership that you bring to the table, like we did, we were happy to be a part of Dr. G.W. Parker's organization. Why? Because he was already ready. He was running the show. So I said, man, this is awesome. He's doing all the work for us right now so we can learn. And we definitely rely on you. And we made the decision to really go full force because we knew that we felt certain that we were actually following a tremendous leader, and we are. So now you're more like a business father figure to us. You're always there for us. You're always there with us. And for us, it's an honor to be here. So ladies and gentlemen, there's more folks like you, like us out there. We just got to go out and hustle and never quit in the process. Why? Because look at what happened to Dr. G.W. Parker. We met after 5 years of him being in the game. Dr. G.W. Parker?
It's the most amazing thing that's ever happened to me. And thank you, Fernando, for your willingness to partner with me, to trust me, to give me an opportunity to work with you and to help you grow the way you've grown. But you've poured so much into my life, my friend, because you've had more time in this industry than me. You've had more success in this industry than I have. And I'm learning so much from you. And that's why I'm just excited to be on this platform with you tonight and share every opportunity I get to be on a platform with you, sir. But let's talk about more money. Again, guys, this is unreal. You're talking about at a regional director position right now. All right. A 5-star region to be exact. We're maxing it out now. You're talking about $150 that you're going to be paid for everybody that joins your organization, whether you sponsor them or not, through unlimited levels. Look at what the possibilities are. Once you hit this rank, and once you get to these numbers, you want to talk about leverage and how it really works. This is insane, Fernando. There's no limit to this money.
There sure isn't no limit. There's no limit at all because now that you're building, see, the thing about this is you have a chance to make your $50 enrollment plus a $100 bonus that the company is paying out, which is the lifestyle bonus. $100 every time you enroll somebody. And when you develop the 3-star executive director and say you build them up to 36 memberships, you're going to make this compensation plan 36 times. $100, $100, $100 for developing another 3-star executive director. Remember, you got to think about why is it that you're bringing someone as a team partner? See, when you think about why is it that you're bringing someone as a team partner, now you position yourself to be able to train them, and the initiation conversation changes. Why? Because you're not looking for just anybody. You're looking for someone that sees the big picture that you do. That's why trainings are important, because when you're prospecting, now you're going to hear what they're going to answer. You're going to see if they're going to show up to a meeting. And if they don't, then you're saying, this might not be a good candidate. I might follow up with them 3 months down the road, but I'm going to continue to go find more people because the compensation plan pays out to grow organizations. So Dr. G.W. Parker, we saw this already. I need to take this one out from the page. Now let's talk about cash flow quadrant again, Dr. G.W. Parker. We're going to transition from, and we're about to wrap up in about 5 minutes. We're going to transition from the compensation plan, the compensation revenue sharing plan, to now investing. So we already talked about being a business owner and the compensation plan of MWR. Now let's talk about OPM, which is other people's money or the bank's money, and also an asset that pays us money. Dr. G.W. Parker, this is the cash flow quadrant. Now we're going to get to investing.
Hey, well, listen, that's why it's called MWR, Make Wealth Real. Guys, we're serious about it. Now we're going to use this business funding monies to invest in precious metals, a leasing program, which, by the way, is unheard of, never been done. We're the only company in this industry that is embarking on this opportunity. And guys, this is one worth taking a look at. We know that the price of silver is going to continue to increase as the dollar continues to decrease. Precious metals is that's the hot market right now. That is the investment. And we believe silver is the bet. We're putting everything we've got on silver, and we know that we're going to win because we've already seen the projections, what silver would turn out to pay out as far as its value over the next 5 years. But we just created this table here for you to get an understanding of what it looks like in the way of profits when you looking at or taking advantage of our 3% leasing rate of return through the platform. If you had that $50,000 first year that you would invest at a 3% return, you're talking about $1,500 a month. You're already positive in your cash flow. You take $500 of that. That's your estimated payment to return the $50,000 from the business funding. You're profiting $1,000. You've got $12,000 to reinvest. End of year profit margin, $62,000. Year 2, look at it, $112,000. Year 3, $190,000. And again, guys, we're at year 4, netting, meaning clearing $2,000 a month in profits from this opportunity. And year 5, you got nearly $500,000, $2,500 a month in passive residual income. Annual profits to reinvest well over $1 million, guys. This is the way you set yourself up to win. But believe it or not, this tool that you see here is what wealthy people have always done. We now have access, Fernando. MWR has leveled the playing field, and we now got a real chance at winning.
Now, Dr. G.W. Parker, just think about this. Paying the loan back, right? So we're going to take out 5 years, $50,000 times 5 is $250,000 loan, where our precious metal is going to pay this portion back, and they're still going to give us $10,000, 146 in residual income monthly. This is how I see it, Dr. G.W. Parker. Let's assume worst case scenario.
It makes sense. I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing to be able to, and look, at this point, Fernando, keep in mind, we've already talked about all the other money that's on the table. This is over and above. This is through the investment side. We talk about the cash flow quadrant. Now we're investing money, and look at the returns here. I mean, you could set yourself up to never, ever have to worry about money again.
Exactly. And it's a short 5-year proposition. Now, Dr. G.W. Parker, think about where your MWR business is going to be 5 years down the road. Think about what precious metal is going to do for you. So you're going to have 2 types of residual incomes. The MWR residual income plus the other ways that it pays out, in addition to a passive residual income of your precious metals. So Dr. G.W. Parker, to me, this is an amazing way to see how awesome our platform is. But guess what? There's more to it. So now that you're an investor, the company gives you access to more investments. And these are the investments right here. And you mentioned, some of the investments that you're doing yourself, Dr. G.W. Parker. So now that precious metal is going to take place with an average 3% rate of return, think about now how much more we can diversify our money as investors.
Oh, absolutely. All the doors open at this point. Even being able to really secure that additional income and assets through a trust. And you have the ability now to pass it on from generation to generation. You talk about this thing being willable and transferable. All that is real, guys. And people always say, well, how is it possible that wealthy people, they get rich and stay rich? This is how they do it. They're using platforms like this. They're using a trust to be able to move that money from generation to generation. But we've got all the tools in place, starting with the Diversify CashFlow account, the private reserve account, land banking, precious metals, the trust, and now add on Fundable 360. Guys, we've got all the bases covered. But Fernando, I think, honestly, the key to all of this, and I'm speaking to our audience tonight, you talked about the timetable, 5 years. Are you willing to commit all that you've got every single day for the next 5 years to live the life of your dream for the rest of your life? I'm all in, my friend.
Dr. G.W. Parker, all I can say is this. Everybody that is here, pay very close attention. Are you as excited as Dr. G.W. Parker after being 8 years in business? See, when you hold that level of excitement for the longevity of no matter how long it's going to take you to win, this is the kind of attitude you need to have at all times. So if you're going through a hurdle right now, and you're just starting the business, you've been in business maybe 3 months, maybe a year. See, we're talking about 8 years after. I've been doing this for 3 years, Dr. G.W. Parker. What are conversations all the time? Excitement. Every time we talk to you, talk to Wendell, talk to Eric, talk to Lou Brown, they're excited after all these years. Why? Because we see the long vision of what the company has in store for us. And as you say in some presentations or conversations, how about if it takes you 10 years to make $15,000 a month? It's worth every year because you're aiming for something so huge in business. Hey, but it takes a long time. I mean, I can look back and look at the stories of a lot of people. Thomas Edison, it took him 30 years to discover the light bulb. It didn't take him 30 days, 30 years to discover the light bulb. And he was, I guarantee you, he was as excited as he was when he started with that commitment that he was going to make it work. But along the way, he built other projects, he made money, right? But he didn't achieve his dream until he did achieve his dream by developing the light bulb. And that's what we're talking about here. We're talking about your MWR light bulb. You have to be in that lab all the time. You have to be, making things happen at all times and growing your list of contacts because there are partners out there that are looking at this. And this could probably be people that are going to take this business to a whole new level. And those were the people that you're waiting for because you were prepared mentally and emotionally to be able to understand that this is a long-term vision, which is only a 5-year game plan. And honest truth, Dr. G.W. Parker, that's not a long-term vision. I would commit to this 10 years plus and the rest of my life to leave a legacy. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, listen,
it's
absolutely worth it. And who wouldn't do it? I mean, because listen, what is the alternative, right? We continue to trade time for money, or we pursue our passions, our dreams, and we go after something like this. Here's the beauty of this business. You can do this business part-time. Fernando, I worked this business part-time for 2 years and found myself in a position where I replaced my full-time income and was able to walk away from a $65,000 a year job to do this full-time. I'm talking work. I wasn't able to do this full-time for those 2 years. I was still holding a full-time job, but I was presenting the program in the mornings before work. I was taking long extended lunches to present the program to others. After work, man, I'd bring my suit and tie to work, jump in the shower at work, leave the facility, and then go and present to a group of people. And that's how I was able to grow the business. But because of leverage, because I found enough like-minded people that saw what I saw, that thing propelled me out of that $65,000 a year job in a matter of 2 years, guys. So it's absolutely worth it. No question about it. Will it be easy? It will not. Why? Because you're trying to do something that very few people have the courage to do. And so I say stick with it, fight through it. Go find your 5 people right now. 5 people that see what you see and watch what can happen in the next 90 days if they commit themselves like you've committed yourself to this process.
Dr. G.W. Parker, it's time to wrap up. Thank you so much, man. What a level of excitement. I mean, training with you to me is a dream come true. Finding a team partner like yourself and you know, an upline, someone that we can rely on at all times. We thank you so much, Dr. G.W. Parker. If you can read our promise to you, we're talking about to everyone here, our promise to you and what MWR promises to us.
So I'm losing you, Fernando. Maybe is it me that's stuck?
I don't know. Hello, Dr. G.W. Parker. Can you hear me?
Okay,
Can
guys.
anybody hear me? Hello?
All right,
Dr.
keep
GW.
going, my friend. You got it.
Fine. Yes,
You can all hear me, or Dr. G.W. Parker.
I could hear you both. Yes.
Okay. So let's talk about our promise to you. Okay. And this is what you gotta promise all your teammates, guys. I promise to create an atmosphere for you to win. If you have felt that today, put a fire emoji in the chat. I promise to never take credit for your success. If you have felt that, put a fire emoji in the chat. I promise to never take credit for your failures. And I really promise that. I promise that regardless of our friendship, I always go by the book. That way, neither one of us gets into trouble. What does MWR promise to us? To be a company that we can be proud of, that we can be proud of. Put a fire emoji if you feel that way. MWR promise to be there to help you succeed. Put a fire emoji. Treat you. MWR promise you to treat you with respect and integrity. MWR promises to you to provide you the chance to become financially independent. Ladies and gentlemen, and MWR finally give you the chance to take charge of your life once and for all. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're pretty much done with our training. It's definitely Dr. G.W. Parker. I know maybe you lost a reception. I wanted for you to to read that for us, but hey, I did it myself. I'm happy to work alongside each and every one of you. We just gotta stick to the process and be as excited as you were since the day you started it. Why? Because excitement is where you find the opportunities. Convert every negative into a positive. And if you feel a little uncertain, go back to the trainings, talk to your mentor, let them know if you're feeling a little uncertain about things and say, listen, I'm not feeling right about things right now. Can you give me some of your time? And I guarantee you, we're all going to be there for you. All right. So appreciate you all. We're going to get started shortly in about 13 minutes. Make sure to invite folks. We're going to have our presenter of today, and I'll bring this right back. Zena Edgehill, 3-star executive director, and you want to make sure that you get your guests invited so they can come learn. Oops, I thought I had her here. I don't have her here. My template, I'm gonna get it back next time we train again. Invite everybody. So we're gonna get started in about 13 minutes, and we're gonna walk out for a little bit. We'll be back in about 5 minutes prior with music and back on YouTube. All right. Take care, everyone. We'll see you in a bit. We'll open up the microphones and cameras if you want to say bye, and I'll be right back. All right, now you can unmute yourself.
I am here, Fernando, but
All right, Zena. So we're gonna be back in about 5 minutes.
Yes.
Thank you so much.